Hey guys, this is Adam from The Run Experience. I'm here with my friend Emma. We're going to be talking to you today about
Shin Splint prevention for the track runner.
So a little background on Emma here. Ran high school track and field.
Yep.
Would you run?
4s, 8s, 4x4s, occasionally a 4x2.
Gotcha. Middle distance stuff.
Yep.
Fantastic. Played some volleyball.
Yep.
Had some injuries.
Yeah.
Awesome. What kind of stuff?
Freshman year, I struggled with shin splints a little bit, and
Okay.
then they took me out all of sophomore year. I didn't really run.
Okay. What happened junior, senior year then?
Junior year, I felt good, but the summer after junior year, I had surgery on my left foot to remove an extra bone.
Sometimes you have too many bones in your
Right.
body.
And then senior year, I felt pretty good.
Excellent. What was the change there between like sophomore year not running at all to
Right.
junior, senior year?
Well, I definitely got in the weight room a lot more, and that helped. And I also focused on my running form.
Gotcha. Big piece.
Right.
But now you jumped to college.
Yeah.
You just finished your freshman year.
Yes.
Okay. And you were healthy.
I was.
Injury free.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Very.
So obviously you were lifting.
Yep.
Obviously your run form stuff like you already mentioned, but the college season, if you don't know, is not the same.
Right. It's 4 months longer than in high school, and there's a lot more volume.
Gotcha. So you're just running more.
All the time.
And then with not being hurt, where would you obviously the strength training, the run form stuff, where else then are you?
I think a big thing that helped with my success was taking care of my legs and rolling out.
Gotcha. A lot of that mobility work.
Yep.
Taking care of tissue. You spend a lot of time in spikes.
So really tight.
It's tough on the feet,
Yeah.
tough on the calves, hamstrings, everything. And you really just have to take care of your body.
Yep.
It's a big deal. So Emma, all this stuff came out of your backpack.
Yes, the one that I take to every meet.
Awesome. You practice too?
Yep.
Fantastic. So what's your favorite here?
My favorite is the lacrosse ball.
Who doesn't? You play lacrosse?
No, just run.
No? Okay, that makes it easier.
Yeah.
What do you do with the lacrosse ball?
The biggest thing that I use this for is to roll out my feet.
Okay.
So like you said previously, we spend a lot of time in spikes, and so your feet just get really tight because there's not a lot of room in there.
No. You can't really spread out.
No.
Gotcha. And how do you roll out the foot? What do you do?
I just find spots that are icky. Usually it's like underneath my arch.
Okay.
And I just dig it in and roll back and forth.
Gotcha.
I don't really roll all around because that's pointless.
Gotcha. So just the difference between like wee
Yeah.
on the lacrosse ball, just finding that spot and kind of
Rolling it out.
rolling it out.
Yep.
Okay. Almost like kneading the dough.
Yeah.
Kind of like front to back. Getting that whole arch kind of like you are now is
Yeah.
pretty fantastic.
Yep.
Will you use the lacrosse ball just for the feet or other stuff?
I also use it for my shins and my calves.
Okay.
So again, you can do it similarly to the feet and just find icky spots and roll it back and forth.
When you say icky, that's a great term. What does that mean? What do you mean?
Just tight spots, or they could be sore, or just something that doesn't feel right
Okay.
or not smooth.
Gotcha.
So you can either just roll back and forth, or you can find a spot and stick it in there and kind of twist, just a different type of movement to
Gotcha.
break up the tight muscle. Or
Absolutely. And really, everything here within the calf through the foot everything's connected.
right, everything's connected, so it doesn't really matter where you roll; it'll all be beneficial.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. And so Emma, options here too. Just adding to her thoughts here. She can go up and down with it through the calf. She can go left and right with it through the calf. Again, she can tack and spin, and do that thing. And really, whatever's feeling a little weird,
Yep.
a little goofy, healthy tissue should feel good. Healthy tissue doesn't hurt, and if it does hurt, if you have that like that's probably tissue you want to attack.
Yep.
Lacrosse ball is a beautiful thing. So Emma, moving on. Next favorite.
My next favorite is the foam roller.
So simple.
Yes.
And you can get those anywhere.
Right. Target, Walmart.
There you go. Not overly expensive. You have nothing exciting here. Doesn't have knobs or anything.
No.
Nice simple foam roller. What will you foam roll?
What I love about the foam roller is that you could really roll any part of your body.
Okay.
So I usually start with my calves. I usually put one on at a time because I think it allows you to apply more pressure. But
Absolutely.
just roll back and forth, and you can kind of twist your legs so you get the inside and outside. But again, just finding spots, but unlike the lacrosse ball, the foam roller allows you to cover more area. So
Absolutely. Can I add one thing?
Yeah.
So then also, if that's not enough pressure for you, you're able to take that opposite leg and roll it on top and create a little bit more distraction there.
Yep.
Which makes it extra awful.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
When
you
you're
kind
nice at
of
work.
have to be careful about.
Yeah.
Because you want to get in there and do a lot of deep distraction work, but at the same time, if you're tightening up, if you're cringing, you're like, that hurts really bad. Your muscle's going to tighten up. You're not going to let that relax the way it needs to, and let the whatever object you're using penetrate the way it needs to, and help that tissue
Right.
the way it needs to, because you're all tense, like somebody's about to punch you, which is no good.
Yeah.
So calves, what else?
Hamstrings are a good one.
You might use your hamstrings in running.
Every day.
Every
only. So again, you can just do the same thing, roll the insides and outsides. Apply as much pressure as you need.
Awesome. What else?
You could do your glutes and your lower back. Just work the way up your body.
How many when you're doing this?
I usually just set a number in my head, like maybe 50 rolls back and forth. But again, if one spot of your body is more tight, usually my calves are really tight, so I might spend more time there.
Gotcha.
And then when I'm done with that, roll over and hit my quads. Again, just picking a number, applying as much pressure as you need until you feel good.
There you go. Now we can add a little bit to it. We just got done talking about the lacrosse ball. Okay, if you're able to, so this is my little contraption here, and this is not new or novel, but to take 2 lacrosse balls and tape them together. Okay, the foam roller is fantastic, especially if we're getting big areas, again, glutes, hamstrings, quads, fantastic. But if you need to get in a little deeper,
Yeah.
this thing is kind of nice. And Emma's got some options here. So if she were to continue with the quads, she could throw this here, okay, and throw that on the ground. We have some hot ground here, a little bit humid, and she can roll back and forth, up and down the quad. We'll show another option. She can also take it and go here and roll back and forth. I'll have you do that. Rolling back and forth. Again, just another option here, okay? You probably don't want to do the same thing all the time, okay? A little variety, and if you feel better doing something than something else, it's a good idea to stay with that thing that's working for you, okay? Fantastic. And one of my favorite things to do with this little guy, I get really tight IT bands.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm old, and this is what's starting to happen to me. I'm able to take this little guy, and anywhere on the side of my leg there, put that down, and again, just do the same rolling, back and forth, whether it be right to left or up and down. Okay, you want to show that really quick? Yeah. And this is huge for me. Okay, so I know that this works for Adam, and so I try to use this as often as I can. And how do you feel?
It's kind of like it hurts so good.
Okay, good. Okay, slightly painful, but again, not so painful where you're tightening up and you can't relax a little
Right.
bit. But just different options off the foam roller, trying to cover, lots and lots of area.
Yep.
Awesome. So Emma, last toy
Yep.
is the stick.
Yes, the
Tell
stick.
us about the stick.
So I really like the stick. It's easy to carry.
Runners love the stick. They're always carrying their stick around.
But I'd say it's definitely perfect for track meets when, say, you have the 400 earlier in the day and then you have to race the 800 later.
Gotcha.
It's just perfect for after to roll out your tight hamstrings or calves so you're ready to race again.
Fantastic. Demo.
Okay. So I think the stick is really nice for your teammates to use on you.
Okay.
Because they can apply pressure in areas that are kind of hard to get. But what's nice about the fact that you can use it is you know how much pressure to apply to yourself.
Absolutely. So we've seen it with like people lying face down, and then their teammates just rolling through the hamstrings, through the calves. If you notice, Emma's going on the inside, she's going on the outside. Again, it's like she's kneading the dough type thing. The only issue with having a teammate do it, you have to be careful with how much pressure. You don't want to kill yourself where you get all tense.
Right.
Okay, but a good amount of pressure is very beneficial.
Yeah.
You don't want to be wiggling with this. You want to hammer it, but not to overdo it.
Right. And then you can just hit your quads to inside and outside, and then IT band.
But very, very convenient. Practice in between, or meets in between
Yeah.
races.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Small, compact, take it wherever.
Yeah.
Love the stick.
Love it.
So I'm in the way of using all this stuff. A lot of toys, a lot of options, okay? When is the perfect time that you found to use this on yourself?
I'd say the perfect time is right after practice. Obviously your muscles are a lot warmer, but you also have people to hold you accountable, and you have friends if you do need them to roll you out. But
It's good that you have friends. That is important.
it
Good.
helps. But after races, after practice, when your legs are warm, it's kind of easier to move the toys around.
Yeah, absolutely. So tissue is warm.
Yeah.
It's always easier to mold out, to smash that warm tissue
Yeah.
as opposed to the cold stuff. But what else do you do?
When I'm in my dorm studying, because you got to do that.
Studying. Take note, Emma studies. This is important.
I always do it then, or if I'm just, I don't know, watching TV, if I have some downtime. There's never really a bad time to roll out.
There's not.
Right.
There's not. Lacrosse ball, stick, foam roller, any of it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can be watching Netflix, hit the foam roller.
Yep.
You can be studying, sitting down, okay, and just have the lacrosse ball underneath your foot.
Yeah.
Almost your own little fidget spinner. Just not spinner, it's just your foot fidgeting. They use fidget spinners in college.
I haven't seen them yet, but maybe next year.
They'll probably catch on. Okay, but really, long story short, if you can do it with warm tissue, that's encouraged. But
Yeah.
it's great to do it really at any time.
Yeah.
And I think the combination of you being stronger, you being very cognizant about how you're running, and then you really being dedicated with this is
Yeah.
the reason why you had such a good season.
Definitely helps.
Excited for the seasons to come.
Very.
There we go. Guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this video or ideas for future videos, please leave those down in the comments. We love good back and forth. Also, if you did like this video, make sure you hit the like button, because we like it when you like it. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this awesome channel yet, make sure that you do that, so make sure that you stay in the know with everything that's going on. Thanks for watching.